हेलो एवरीवन, आई वेलकम यू बैक टू द प्लेटफॉर्म ऑफ नेविगेट प्राइम। और आज हम कंटिन्यू वाले हमारी को जिसमें हम कर रहे हैं वाटर रिसोर्सेज हाइड्रोलिक्स के कई कुछ अच्छे खासे सवाल। और हम कंटिन्यू कर रहे हैं सीरीज को विदाउट वेस्टिंग एनी टाइम। वी आर गोइंग टू हैव सम गुड नंबर ऑफ क्वेश्चंस और उन क्वेश्चंस को हम करेंगे प्रैक्टिस करने के बाद हमें ये रियलाइज होगा कि हमारी प्रिपरेशन किस चल रही है। और हमको ये भी एक आधार मिलेगा कि आज दिन भर में मुझे कौन से करने हैं। अगर आपके बहुत अच्छे सारे के सारे आप क्वेश्चन सॉल्व कर लेते हैं, मीन्स योर प्रिपरेशन इज गुड, आपको दूसरे सब्जेक्ट पर ध्यान देना है। और अगर आपको लगता है कि नहीं, मेरी प्रिपरेशन थोड़ी भी गड़बड़ है, उन टॉपिक्स को उठा के आप रिवाइज, यही ऑब्जेक्टिव है इस लाइव सेशन का। ठीक है, यही हमारा ऑब्जेक्टिव है। तो हम करेंगे कंटिन्यू आगे की बातों को। देखो, अगर आप प्रिपेयर कर रहे हो तो आपको ये पता है कि हमारे पास नेवी खास बात हमेशा रही है कि हम ऐसा नहीं करते कि पर्टिकुलर एग्जाम को पढ़ा के एक्सपेक्ट करें कि सारे बच्चे अलग अलग एग्जाम निकाल लें। हम क्या करते हैं, बहुत अफोर्डेबल प्राइस, बहुत मिनिमम अमाउंट के जितने भी बैचेस हैं, इन सारे बैचेस को सेपरेटली अवेलेबल, सब इंजीनियर लेवल का हम वो के उसी के रिलेटेड एग्जाम के क्वेश्चन करेंगे। फॉर एग्जाम्पल, अगर आपका एग्जाम आ जाता है तो आपको फिर ऐप में जाके सिर्फ सब इंजीनियर वाला पोर्शन करना है, और सेम सॉइल मैकेनिक्स या कोई भी सब्जेक्ट है so you need to revise that in just the way you have studied in the batch of sub engineer. But if you get the notification of MPC, then you have to go in the section of MPC and revise the same subject with a different level of understanding, different level of questions in this. So you can have a very holistic way of preparing the particular exam which is lined up, because we all know that these exams are going to come and they are going to come and you will never see them coming. The dialogue from the Iron Man 1 movie. So you should not be wasting your time in waiting that the come and I will start my preparation after the notification. The rule says that when the notification comes, your short notes and your test series should be your only two friends who you are going to uh, have trust on. So you have to download the app, and our app is available on all the platforms. You can use that on iOS, on Windows, or anywhere on the mobile wherever you are using, can be a tab or anything. So we have dedicated batches for every exam. You can go on that without wasting time. If you are preparing for MPC, then Arohan batch is there in which prepare for MPC and ICT. Good amount of vacancies about to come. So अगर आप सिर्फ live and recorded batch चाहते हैं, and trust on Bhavideep sir, he has a good track record on that. If you only want the complete course which is live or recorded form, you can go with the Arohan batch 1.0, or you can go with the Arohan batch in which you will get only the technical portion. Just want the technical portion to be covered up. Okay, then we will move forward. NTPCB, TGPCB, AEE and NTPC. We have three batches lined up. The one is Eco Shakti batch, another one is the Eco Warrior batch, and the next one is Eco Elite batch. So these are the three batches which is completely focused on the vacancies related to the environmental engineering, and our gate batches are also lined up, in which the environmental engineering portion has been covered up, because I guess in the upcoming years there is high probability that pollution control boards and other bodies or institutes related with the pollution or the environment are going to recruit the student directly from the gate environmental engineering background and the students holding the scorecard of gate with environmental engineering. So this is what I think, and I guess we should move on with the questions. Everything is as per the new syllabus and updated. And if you are from the technical background and you struggle with the GS portion, if you struggle with the GS portion in which there is history, science, and everything, to struggle with that, you should come with a technical institute who is willing to deal those GS subjects which we are not very much familiar with. The teachers are accustomed in such a manner that teach you those subjects assuming that you don't know anything. In fact, you know the wrong things about the things. For example, about Akbar. So you don't know about Who is Akbar? Because you have not studied, you have always inclined towards the technical education. So the teachers who belong to the technical background and who have a good experience of teaching students who are from technical background, who have very less aptitude toward the GS and that rote learning thing, they teach you in a manner that you understand those things in such a manner that you can get actually the marks. If in the SSC JEE exam you must have heard that people are scoring very less marks in the GS portion but still getting a very good rank. The reason behind is that portion hardly matters a lot, but you should be able to score the portion in which you are supposed to score. ये ना हो कि आप अकबर बीरबल और ये सब याद कर रहे हो और टेक्निकल पोर्शन का दिमाग से हट जा रहा है. तो you guys are supposed to learn only those things which are relevant to your technical background, and the people and the faculties over here are smart enough to deal with those questions, and we are getting that record out of it. Question number 1 is the percentage of the Earth's total water. Start the batch. So I welcome the students from the app. Also, the students from the app has also joined. If you have any query regarding the batches or anything, join our Telegram, and you can also write something. So we are going to solve these questions. Water resources and hydraulics. I welcome you all. So the question number 1 is the percentage of the Earth's total water that is stored as a fresh water, but not just fresh water. We are focusing on ground, fresh, ground. So what is the percentage? So in the last session, what we have seen, the percentage of water available in the ocean, we have seen that. Then the percentage of water available on the earth, we have seen that percentage. Out of that water, how much water is fresh? Then we have seen a question about from that percentage in the liquid form, what is the percentage of that available water? Then the question comes, out of that, which one is the stored groundwater which is drinkable and fresh water? So I am expecting the answer. Alak Pandey has given the answer, that is 0.6 percentage. This question can come in the fraction form also. Question can come in many different forms. So your answer is very correct. Have done a lot of discussion. The objective was sure you remember these things properly. We'll move forward to the next question. In the global hydrological cycle, the average residence time of the water in the atmosphere pressure phase is approximate. So the question belongs to the hydrological cycle, global hydrological cycle, and from that a subtopic of average residence time. And average residence time, now they are asking at which particular phase, at which particular region. We are talking about the hydrological cycle, average residence time of water, that too in the. So what is the approximate answer this question? I'll be waiting for just 2 seconds. I can see some of the chats over here, but not pretty sure what you guys are going to answer. So nobody has just given the answer, so I will move forward with the question itself. Obviously 9 hours is not the answer, 9 weeks is not the answer, 9 months is not the answer. 9, yesterday we have already seen this time of the water in different places. Like in here we have seen highest, it belongs to the, so 9 days is your correct answer. We are going to the annual evaporation from the global ocean when expressed as an equivalent depth of the water over the ocean is roughly the annual evaporation. So the residence time, yes, Alak Pandey has given the correct answer. What do you think? People from the chat, buddy, to answer. Nobody is going. Nobody has just given the answer, so I will move forward with the answer. The answer is 120 centimeter. This is a factual based question. We don't need to go into too much depth to this question. Okay, good. The range belongs from, usually it's not the absolute value, so the range belongs from 120 centimeter to 130 centimeter. Reason behind this is, in ocean there is a large water body, continuous supply of water is there, so the process of evaporation can continue without any. But on the land side, due to the presence of vegetation, soil and different types of soil, uh, we do not have the continuous availability of water. Continuous due to discontinuity of the water, process is little bit slower. We will move forward to the next question. The recording type rain gauge that provides a continuous plot of cumulative rainfall against time is the. So the question itself is giving us two um, few hints. What are the hints we have? Every question gives us some hint. The question is from rain gauge. From we know that the question is from rain gauge, and that too from the recording type. Recording type. Okay. Next hint is continuous plot. Continuous plot. So now if you have made your short notes, from the short notes itself you will reach to the answer. If you revise it multiple times, if you have not revised it multiple times, you will realize that you have done a very less practice. आपके प्रैक्टिस में बहुत ज्यादा कमी है, क्योंकि इतनी ही हिंट से आप एक क्वेश्चन को क्रैक कर सकते हैं। और आज हम क्या करेंगे, सारे क्वेश्चन हिंट वाली अप्रोच से सॉल्व करेंगे। तो क्वेश्चन ने जो मुझे हिंट दिया है, यही तो शॉर्ट नोट्स होते हैं, यही तो हमारे शॉर्ट नोट्स होते हैं। तो हमें क्या पता चला, एक कंटिन्यूस प्लॉट मिल रहा है, तो साइमन रेन गेज तो नहीं देगा, टिपिंग बकेट भी हमें कुछ प्रॉब्लम देगा, वेइंग बकेट भी कुछ देगा। फ्लोट टाइप जो एक नेचुरल साइफन होता है, फ्लोट टाइप एक जो नेचुरल साइफन होता है, ठीक है। अलग पांडे जी आंसर दे रहे हैं वेइंग बकेट, ओ सॉरी साक्षी जी ने आंसर दिया है वेइंग बकेट। बट आप एक बात को मेक श्योर करें, बात को मेक श्योर करें कि वेइंग बकेट and D, both are the correct answer over here. But the more appropriate answer is D. Why more appropriate answer is D? Because I have given this question because I found this question a pretty tricky one because both of them are over here. Natural siphon, what it do is, even if the water get filled up to the height, the siphon action will again empty the chamber in which the water is being filled, and then again the process will continue without breaking. But there can be a point where the paper is over here. So the answer is C and D. There will be very less probability that both of them will be available in an option. If both of them is available in an option, gate gate MSQ CD, both. Very good. So the objective is like that, but you should always make sure if one of them is available and you did not find the weighing bucket, you can go with the option number D. So here a confusion can occur. So always make sure that my objective is to make sure that you guys don't fall into the trap. So I have given you correct answer over there. Both can be the correct answer. To determine the optimum number of is required. Optimum number of rain is required in a catchment. The permissible percentage error in the estimation of the mean rainfall is related to the coefficient of variation. So they are asking what is the relation and the percentage error. Basically, they are asking the formula, and we all are aware of formulas because we have used them multiple times. Some of the people might think that P is something related to the soil mechanics. सॉइल मैकेनिक्स में भी करते हैं, बट अगर किसी ने 10 साल 20 साल पहले सिविल इंजीनियरिंग पढ़ी होगी तो ही वो इस कंफ्यूजन का तो वो नहीं जाएगा, ऑब्वियसली जस्ट जोक रिलेटेड, तो कोई दिक्कत वाली बात नहीं. Let's move forward with the question. I am expecting an answer from you guys, and then we will move forward. It's a very simple question, very simple. Just you don't need to do anything. You will get your answer. The question A is the right one, is correct answer, and we just need to move forward. A very one-liner question which you can get is the second question. Okay, we will get it further. You don't need to expect that they are going to ask you very big calculations over here, so you just don't worry about it. What you need to worry about is you don't need to make this element. Iso-ital map is a map displaying line that connects the point out. So if you have made your short notes, आपको hint क्या मिलेगी? Hint over here. You must have made your short and ISO and many ISO height, ISO zoom, and many things you must have written. So there is nothing new. He is asking a question from your short note, and उसमें को है और आपको बस अपने शॉर्ट नोट में आंसर लिखना है कि आप लिख देंगे. Sakshi ji has given the answer. The answer is A, and I am expecting that for the equal evapotranspiration rate, can you write in the comment box for the elevation, right, for the atmosphere? But here the answer is rainfall depth of. How you have cracked this question? You took a hint from the question, then you have seen, you have imagined your short notes, then you have came along the answer from your short notes, and then you have found the answer from the. This is the right approach of solving these questions. The optimum number of rain gauges required. The optimum number of rain gauges required in a catchment is calculated to be. I was talking about. Okay, and and the area already has 5 functioning gauges. The number of the additional gauges to be salt is. You can expect this type of question which you have to solve within 30-40 seconds and nothing more than that. So while doing the calculation, from the calculation you have calculated, right? You have calculated what you have that you and the area already has 5 functioning. We have already, how many we have? We have 5 functions. How many extra do we need? We just need to, that is your correct answer. Simple as that, nothing more than that. Only this type of question you can, but I am trying to bring here some of the easiest questions, but some of the tricky questions, because the reason behind is that there are certain students who have a lot of lag among their preparation, because some of the students have contacted who are doing PhD from some IITs or doing masters from, they have done their masters from the IITs, or they have opened their consultancy in the field of environmental engineering. They are also part of our student group, so they are also preparing, but due to lack of the concepts, as they are not very much in touch with the concepts of the hydrology and all, so I am also here to help them too. That's why you might feel there is some problem questions, why he is bringing so easy questions. These are not easy. The objective is to revise from question. The depth of the water that evaporates from the water surface, wind speed, okay, we all accept it, we have learned these in our school class. Okay, according to the empirical evaporation formula, the rate of evaporation is, so while using the empirical formulas, what is the rate of evaporation? So what we have seen over here is, what is the hint? They have already given us that rate of rate of evaporation is directly proportional to, okay, we all agree point. What they are asking right now is, what is the empirical formula? What is the relation? That is what they are asking. And option number C, the linear function of wind speed, is your exactly correct answer. Since it's an empirical formula, my objective was that you guys don't get confused, because in options he can write 1 for plus square, something like that. So you guys need not to get confused. Two things what you need to remember is their function of wind speed and the formula. Core, the core meteorological instrument used to measure the duration of the bright sunshine hour in a day is. What is the name of that? If you are over here, I guess I'm expecting you guys to like the session, you like the questions, and I hope you will, you just encourage, and you will make sure that if you know someone is preparing for this certain exam, you will share the video to them if you want. If you don't want, my objective was to just remind you that sometimes we watch a video, we forget to subscribe, and that token of respect which you can give to us, because how things, the answer should be, we have okay, Sakshi ji has given the, Sakshi ji has given the answer. Alak Pandey ji has already answered. Most of the students are giving the right answer, but are you pretty sure that I guess we need to make sure the objective of bringing was correct answer is Campbell Stokes order. What happens over here is there is a glass ball. It focuses the sunlight on a cardboard like thin. There is you can say no. C is the answer. Okay, C is your correct answer. Phenomena is that जो sunlight होती है, focusing that sunlight. This instrument focuses the sunlight coming. सन रेज आ रही होती है, फोकस करता है, ये इंस्ट्रूमेंट फोकस करता है और एक कार्डबोर्ड लाइक थिंग होती है, थिंग लाइक कार्डबोर्ड. आप इसको अगर एक बार वो कर लेंगे, क्या बोलते हैं उसको, कार्डबोर्ड टाइप का कार्ड होता है वो, उसको ऑलमोस्ट करता है और उससे आपको सारी इंफॉर्मेशन मिल जाती है. अगर एक बार आप इसको गूगल करोगे तो आपको ज्यादा बेहतर आइडिया लग जाएगा, क्योंकि मैं इसको अगर शब्दों में अपने समझाने लगा तो थोड़ी सी प्रॉब्लम होगी. ले देकर पर्पज ये होता है कि आप इसको हर जगह पर बस करवा दें और आपका सारा काम हो जाए. वो सारी चीजें वो इसी कुछ प्रिंसिपल पे काम करती है, तो आप बस एक बार गूगल कर लेंगे आपको चीजें आ जाएंगी. नेक्स्ट क्वेश्चन पे हम जाते हैं. यही वो कुछ सवाल है जो आउट ऑफ द बॉक्स होते हैं, बट दे आर यूजुअली. कल हमने इसके बारे में कुछ देखा था, यूएस वेदर ब्यूरो क्लास ए पेन. तो द यूएस वेदर ब्यूरो क्लास ए पेन टू एस्टिमेट lake evaporation if the pen evaporation measured over a week 50 mm, the estimated lake evaporation assuming a pen coefficient of 0.7 is. So if the questionnaire, if the person asking the question have not given you the value of this coefficient, so there are few questions which we have seen the past year trends that they are directly asking the value of this 0.7 and by giving the information of US Bureau class pen A. So sometimes they might not give you the value of 0.7 and you have to assume it. So this is how we are going to move forward. The answer is very simple over here. What you need to know is that the lake, if the pen evaporation is have this pen evaporation. We want to know the evaporation from the lake. So we just need to multiply this. That is 0.7. What you will get is 5 m. This is hardly a question where you need the pen. It will hardly take 2 to 3 seconds to just multiply it your mentally, and you will forward with the. For a floating body to remain in stable equilibrium, the meta center must be located. So the hint what is given over here is the question is from meta center. The question is from meta center. Okay, fluid mechanics meta center. We know that. So in our short notes, we will go to the meta center fluid mechanics and we will find the condition of. In the condition of stability, you will find that there is neutral, stable, and unstable. In that itself, you will find the answer to this question, where you must have written things like G above that, ye, wo, aisa, waisa. You must have written these things over here. So the answer is there in your short notes. The question is you have to do in the form of hint, then you will find the keyword, then another keyword, and the results which you have written in your log notes. I am expecting an answer over here. So we have remembered a trick that M above G always give you stability. You can remember it from Mahatma Gandhi also, or from the M as mother. Mother should always be above everything. So the gravity is Mother Earth and M our mother. So M above G will give you correct answer. Next question. If a floating body has its meta center M exactly coinciding with the center of the gravity, the body is said to be in which type of equilibrium? Which type of equilibrium you are expecting? So just before that, we have seen that for stability condition, the M should be above G. So obviously, for unstable condition, the first condition should not exist. The M should not be above G, so it will become unstable. But when M becomes equal to G, the meta center and the center of gravity both coincide, you find a neutral condition. And yes, Sakshi, he has given the correct answer, and he is your correct answer. I can feel that the few of the people have very strong concept, and they are just waiting for the exam to happen. And I guess the liquid of density, the question is a solid cylinder of length L and the density floats vertically in a liquid of density given. The depth of the submergence height of the cylinder given by. Since you will have a very less amount of time, they are not expecting to solve the numerical, so you can have this type of expression over here. And I am expecting you guys to like the video, and this is how we are going to move forward. You don't need to do the derivation and anything over here. You will just start. This is the expression which we are for, and if you are waiting for doing the derivation or anything like that, that is going to waste a lot of time of yours. Simple as that. Next question. Point the point through which total pressure force of a fluid acts on submerged surface. Submerged called the point through which the total pressure force of a fluid acts on a submerged body is called. Obviously, you don't need to think too much. The point through which the total pressure acts, the total pressure acts, the total pressure acts is nothing but center of pressure. Center of pressure will be your correct answer. You will always remember these concepts because these are very basic concepts, but the objective is the student doing PhD or who have a very good amount of gap from their graduation or post graduation, or they might be doing some job but they are willing to get into services are for them because they might have lost their touch with these subjects like fluid mechanics. So I'm just trying to help them by revising these basic concepts. But I can see that Sakshi ji from the Haryana is performing very good, and I guess she is going to get a job. And when you are going to get a rank, I hope you will just at least give 2 seconds of respect to us. Then it's completely up to you. The complete submerged vertical plate surface For a complete submerged vertical plane surface, the depth of the center of the pressure is related to the depth of the centroid by the complete submerged vertical plane surface. The depth of the center of the pressure is related to the depth of the centroid by the expression. Anybody giving the answer? Two things you need to remember is, here we have a vertical plane surface which is completely submerged. First hint is given to us. The center of pressure and depth of the centroid. So you must always remember that the relation which we have always seen, the relation which we have always seen of pressure h bar plus something you always get, and this is the centroid depth and this is center of the pressure. So this formula is always added with something. So the center of pressure will always be equal to this or will be greater than this. So the center of pressure will be greater than this. Simple as that, nothing more than that. Yes, exactly. Sakshi ji, your answer is correct C, but I have given you the logic. यहाँ पर कुछ लिखा रहता है हमेशा, there is over here form. I hope you remember this formula. If you don't, you need to go through your notes. Otherwise, I can give you simple as that, nothing. So something is being added over here. So the reason why this will always be greater than equal to x bar is something is always added to. When they are almost zero, the condition when they will be zero, can anyone tell in the comment? And we will move forward. There is very less chances, very less, almost impossible chances that they are going to be same. We will move forward. A heavy stone is dropped into a calm lake. A heavy stone, a heavy stone is dropped into a calm lake. As it sinks deeper and deeper into the water, the buoyant force acting on it will be. This is a highly conceptual question. Rho GV. We know that हमको कहीं ना कहीं यही मिल रहा होगा, जितना वॉल्यूम सबमर्ज हुआ है उतना ही कहीं ना कहीं बायोन फोर्स होगा. We are very much familiar with this. हमें ये समझना है कि there is an assumption guys have taken while solving the question that with depth the density is almost constant. Almost constant. This is what we have assumed. Okay. The volume of the body. The volume of body will always be constant. And also we are expecting that the gravity is also constant until or unless these points are not mentioned to us. So if we have dropped a heavy stone in a calm lake, when it is going deeper and deeper, the buoyant force is not going to change. It is going to remain practically constant, because what we are expecting is the density of the fluid is going to be same, gravity is obviously same, and the volume of the body will also remain constant. So as the depth increases, the buoyant force is not going to change, but sometimes you might get a feel that it might change, so it can bring some of the confusion. And these types of question usually waste your time, and the time is obviously over here is 11:11. So what is it? The last question we are going to do is the stream that flows only during and immediately after the rainfall event and dries up within a few days is classified. We all are well aware about the questions of perennial rivers, but here we have a question where we are trying to remember what is not, because these type of questions are almost saturated, and here the examiner is also saturated by asking those questions, so they will take some another permutation combination and will ask something new. This is what we are expecting over here. Is it a effluent river, intermittent river, perennial river, or this river which I don't want to say because I find it difficult to be same about it. Will remain constant. Sakshi ji, anyone? No one? तो जिसका नाम लेते नहीं बन रहा है वो ही आपका आंसर है. This is your correct answer. We have done a very basic, decent and simple type of questions today, and this is how we are going to end today's live session. And from the session today is a little bit of lesser time, but I am really sorry. From tomorrow onwards, I will make sure that everything goes on the time. We will break the chain of coming late for at least 15 to 20 minutes. I am expecting from the next class, Rahul sir is going to continue, in which he is going to solve and help you in solving the questions from the exam of sub engineer. With respect to that, if you guys are willing to join our telegram channel, this is our QR code. You can join by scanning this code, but if you feel like telegram has become a lot of difficult for you, you can join our WhatsApp channel also, where you can ask your queries and we can have a discussion here how you are going to it and move forward. Thank you so much, Sakshi ji and Alak Pandey ji, Alok Sahu ji, and a few of the people who have joined in between. We'll see you soon in the next upcoming. So bye bye, take care, and I hope questions have helped you a lot. And we will move forward. If you have any query after the video ends, you will make a comment over there, and then we will take up your queries and we can solve. Thank you so much. Bye bye.